All right, bring it on.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, Linus.
How many tickets for you?
I shouldn't be here. I should get out of line and go back home.
One, please.
I feel guilty about going to the play today. I should be home helping my mother.
One, please.
I have schoolwork to do, I have a book report to write, and about 10 pages of arithmetic.
One, please.
I really shouldn't be going to the play today. I feel awfully bad about it. I should just go home.
One, please.
I can't really enjoy myself at a play when I feel guilty about going to it. I should just get out of line and go back home.
One, please.
One, please.
Good old wishy-washy Charlie Brown. One, please. Thank you. I really don't think you have anything to worry about, Charlie Brown. After all, science has shown that a person's character isn't really established until he's at least 5 years old.
But I am 5. I'm more than 5.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes.
The only thing wrong with Charlie Brown is his lack of confidence, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence. His stupidity, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence. His clumsiness, his stupidity, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence.
Did you know that Charlie Brown has never pitched a winning game of baseball, never been able to keep a kite in the air, never won a game of checkers, and never successfully punted a football? Sometimes I marvel at his consistency.
I think Charlie Brown has nice hands.
It is truly a dog's life. I feel so neglected. Charlie Brown never brings me coffee in the morning.
Now, Linus, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Could you hold still for a minute, please, Charlie Brown? I want Linus to look at your face. Now, this is what we call a failure face. Notice how it has failure written all over it. Study it carefully, Linus. You rarely see such a good example. Notice the deep lines, the dull, vacant look in the eyes. Yes, I would say that this is one of the finest examples of a failure face that you're liable to see for a long time.
Some days, I like to wake up early to watch the sunrise, and I think how beautiful it is and how my life lies before me, and I get a very positive feeling about things. Like this morning, for instance. The sky's so clear and the sun's so bright. Well, how could anything go wrong on a day like this?
Boom! You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're the kind of reminder we need. You have humility, nobility, and a sense of honor that is very rare indeed. Boom! You're a good man, Charlie Brown, and we know you will go very far. Yes, it's hard to believe, almost frightening to conceive what a good man you are.
You are kind.
You are kind to all the animals and every little bird. With a heart of gold, you believe what you're told,
every single solitary word.
You bravely face adversity. You're cheerful through the day. You're thoughtful, brave, and courteous.
And you also have some faults, but for the moment, let's just say
That you're a good man, Charlie Brown. La 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 la. La 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 la. Boom! You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're a prince, and a prince should be king. With a heart such as yours, you can open any doors. You can go out and do anything. You could be King Charlie Brown. You could be king.
if only you weren't so wishy-washy.
I think lunchtime is about the worst time of days for me. Always having to sit here alone. Of course, sometimes mornings aren't so pleasant either. Waking up and wondering if anyone would really miss me if I never got out of bed. Then there's the night, too. Lying there and thinking about all the stupid things I've done during the day. And all those hours in between when I do all those stupid things. Lunchtime is among the worst times of the day for me. Well, I guess I better see what I've got. Peanut butter. Some psychiatrists say that people who eat peanut butter sandwiches are lonely. I guess they're right. And when you're really lonely, the peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth. Boy, the PTA sure did a good job of painting these benches. There's that cute little red-headed girl eating her lunch over there. I wonder what she would do if I went over there and asked if I could sit and have lunch with her. She'd probably laugh right in my face. It's hard on a face when it gets laughed in. There's an empty spot next to her right on the bench. Well, there's no reason why I couldn't just go over there and sit with her. I could do that right now. All I have to do is stand up. I'm standing up. I'm sitting down. I'm a coward. I'm so much of a coward, she wouldn't even think of looking at me. She hardly ever does look at me. In fact, I can't remember her ever looking at me. Why shouldn't she look at me? Is there any reason in the world why she shouldn't look at me? Is she so great and I'm so small that she can't spare one little moment to, she's looking at me. She's looking at me.
No, Sally, you're thinking of the other dress, the one I wore to Lucinda's party. The one I'm talking about is the very light blue one with the design embroidered around the waist. I don't remember. Something like this. And the skirt went out like this and had these puffy sleeves and a sash like this. Now I remember. Yes. Well, that was the dress I was wearing last week when I met Frida. And she told me that she'd seen one just like it over at...
Oh, lunchtime is the worst time of day for me. If that little red-headed girl's looking at me with this stupid bag on my head, she must think I'm the biggest fool alive. But if she isn't looking, then maybe I could take it off quickly and she'd never notice it. On the other hand, I can't tell if she's looking or not until I take it off. Oh, then again, if I never take it off, I'll never have to know if she was looking or not. On the other hand, it's very hard to breathe in here. She's not looking at me. I wonder why she never looks at me. Oh well, one more lunch hour over with, only 2,863 more to go.
know something, Schroeder? I think the way you play the piano is nice. Do you know something else? It's always been my dream that I marry a man who plays the piano. At parties, he'd play something nice like April showers. I'm sure you could play something nice like April showers. Or even Frere Jacques. Beethoven's nice too. Just imagine, what would you think if someday you and I should get married? Wouldn't you like that if one day we two should get married? My Aunt Marion was right. Never try and discuss marriage with a musician.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Sir, do you like my new shoes?
They're very nice, Marcy. They kind of squeak though, don't they? Well, maybe they're not paid for. I've heard it said that your shoes will always squeak until they're paid for.
Do you mean to tell me, sir, that just because my dad hasn't paid his bill, I have to walk around in squeaky shoes?
I guess that's right.
Good grief! It's always the children who suffer for the sins of their mother and father.
I like you, Linus. I like you, and I admire you. But I would like you a whole lot more if you give up that blanket of yours.
I don't really care if you like me or not. I look forward to the day when I'll understand girls. You give me back my blanket?
No, I've got it, and I'm going to keep it. This is just the start you need to help you break this disgusting habit.
Apparently, you haven't read the latest scientific reports. A blanket is as important to a child as a hobby is to an adult. Many a man spends his time restoring antique automobiles, or building model trains, or collecting old telephones, or even studying about the Civil War. This is called playing with the past.
Really?
Certainly, and this is good, for it helps these men to cope with their everyday problems. Now, I believe that it is going to be absolutely necessary for me to get my blanket back, so I'm just going to give it a good yank!
Oh!
It's surprising what you can accomplish with a little smooth talking and some fast action.
Why can't we just get all the people together in the world that we really like and then just stay together? No, I guess that wouldn't work. Someone would leave. Someone always leaves. And then we would have to say goodbye. I hate goodbyes. I know what I need. I need more hellos.
You're such a sweet dog, Snoop. I wish I could give you a great big kiss, but of course I can't.
The curse of a fuzzy face.
Happiness is a fleeting thing, Sally. But I think a man can really come closer to it by directing the forces of his life towards a single goal that he believes in. And a man's personal search for happiness is not really a selfish thing either, because by finding happiness himself, he can help others to find it. Does that make sense to you?
We had spaghetti at our house 3 times last week.
Schroeder, what would you think if one day you and I got married and we were so poor you had to sell your piano to buy me saucepans?
Saucepans?
Well, sure. You don't expect me to set up housekeeping without a good set of saucepans, do you?
Saucepans?
Well, girls have to think about this sort of thing. Boys are lucky. Boys never have to think about things like saucepans.
I can't stand it. I just can't stand it.
Here's the fierce jungle ape pounding his mighty chest, while the other animals cower in the distance. Now he throws back his head and emits a terrifying roar. Arf! How humiliating.
Sir! Sir! What's the matter, sir?
Well, I don't know. I was jumping rope. Everything was all right. And suddenly it all seemed so futile.
Sir! Sir!
My life has no purpose, no aim, no direction, no meaning. And yet I'm happy. I just can't figure it out. What am I doing right?
It's not fair. You promised me a birthday party, and now you say I can't have one. It's not fair.
You're not using the right strategy.
What?
The more you fuss, the worse off you'll be. Why not admit it was all your own fault? Why not go up to Mom and say to her, "I'm sorry, dear Mother. I admit I've been bad, and you were right to cancel my party. From now on, I shall try to be good." That's much better than ranting and raving. All that does is prove her point.
I'm sorry, dear Mother. I'll admit I've been bad, and you were right to cancel my party. From now on, I shall try to be good. I'd rather die!
The last car drove away. It began to rain. And so our hero's life ended as it had begun. A disaster! I never got any breaks, he had always complained. He had wanted to be rich, he died poor. He had wanted friends, he died friendless. He had wanted to be loved. He died unloved. He had wanted laughter, he only received jeers. He wanted applause. He found only tears. He wanted fame. He found only obscurity. He wanted answers. He found only questions. I'm having a hard time ending this.
What are you writing? It's Been a Hard Life by Dostoevsky. This is terrible. Your writing has no soul. You don't know anything about life. Your writing is shallow. The trouble with you is you've never suffered.
That's ridiculous. Of course I've suffered. I remember once when I was a little puppy, someone stepped on my tail.
Beethoven loved the country. Quite often, he used to take long strolls into the countryside. He loved the peace and the quiet of the country. They were an inspiration to him.
Give me that ball, you blockhead!
Beethoven had it nice.
Hey, Snoopy, we're home from school.
Oh, Snoopy, you're so adorable.
Okay, Snoopy, back on your doghouse. I'll be out later with your supper.
I think Snoopy's such a wonderful dog.
Me too. He's just about the best there is.
They like me. I think they're swell. Isn't it remarkable how things turned out so well? Pleasant day, pretty sky, life goes on. Here I lie, not bad at all. Cozy home, board and bed, sturdy roof beneath my head. Not bad at all. Faithful friends, always near me, bring me bones, scratch my ear. Little birds come to cheer me every day, sitting here on my stomach with their sharp little claws, which are usually cold and occasionally painful, and sometimes there are so many that I can hardly stand it. Rats! I feel every now and then that I gotta bite someone. I know every now and then what I want to be, a fierce jungle animal crouched on the limb of a tree. I'd stay very, very still till I see a victim come. I'd wait knowing very well every second counts, and then like the fierce jungle creature I am, I would pounce! I'd pounce! I'd pounce! Whoa! You know, I never realized how far down to the ground it was from here. Oh. Let me see. Where was I? Oh, that's right. The pretty sky. Not bad at all. I wonder if it will snow tonight.
I think I'll just walk right up to that little red-headed girl and introduce myself. I think I'll ask her to come sit next to me. I think I'll ask her to come sit by me, and then I'll tell her how much I've always admired her. Oh, I think I'll flap my arms and fly to the moon.
Chuck, I need to talk to someone who knows what it's like to feel like a fool. Someone who knows what it's like to be humiliated. Someone who's been disgraced and beaten and degraded. Someone who's been there. Seriously, Chuck, I thought maybe we could go to your house and sit on your porch swing and just talk.
We don't have a porch swing. We don't even have a porch.
Sorry, Chuck. I needed comfort, and you weren't there. What's her problem?
In the old days, people had porch swings.
I never know what he's talking about.
Grandma's here.
Already?
Oh, hi, Grandma. Fine, thank you.
Oh, Grandma, hi. Surprised to see you? No, Mom told us you were coming. Behind my back? You mean behind my back? Oh, nothing. Nothing much, you know. Nothing very important, that is. My blanket? Oh, why, yes, I guess I do have it here. You don't think kids should carry blankets, do you, Grandma? Mom doesn't mind. I need this blanket. It's the only real security I have. Hand it over. Well, I know you believe in self-control, Grandma, but hand it over?
Hand it over, she said. Come on, Grandma. Let's you and me go have a cup of cocoa in the kitchen.
My blanket! Oh! Oh! I decoyed her with a colored dish towel. Delightful. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-dum. La-di-da-di-dum. La-di-da-di-dum. La-di-da-dum. La-da-di-dum. My blanket and me. It's a cozy sanctuary, but it's far from necessary, 'cause I'm just as self-reliant as before. As a simple demonstration of my independent station, I will go away and leave it on the floor. Yes, I'll go away and leave it, though I know you won't believe it. I'll just walk away and leave it on the floor. La-di-da-di-da-di-dum, di-da-di-dum. La-di-da-di-da-di-dum, di-da-di-dum. Don't ever let me do that again. got you back again. My blanket and me. It's foolish, I know it. I'll try to outgrow it, but meanwhile, it's my blanket and me.
Okay, switch channels.
Are you kidding? What makes you think you can come right in here and take over?
These 5 fingers. Individually, they are nothing. But when I curl them together into a single unit, they become a fighting force terrible to behold.
Which channel do you want? Why can't you guys get organized like that?
Linus, do you know what I intend? I intend to be a queen. When I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest queen there ever was. And I'll live in a big palace with a big front lawn and have lots of beautiful dresses to wear. And when I go out in my coach, all of the people will wave. And I will shout
Lucy,
at them.
I believe queen is an inherited title. Yes, I'm quite sure. A person can only become queen by being born into a royal family of the correct lineage, so that she can assume the throne after the death of the reigning monarch. I can't see any possible way that you could ever become queen. I'm sorry, Lucy, but it's true.
And in the summertime, I will go to my summer palace, and I'll wear my crown in swimming and everything. And all of the people will cheer, and I will shout at them. What do you mean I can't be a queen?
It's true.
There must be a loophole. This kind of thing always has a loophole. No one should be kept from being a queen if she wants to be one. It's undemocratic.
Good grief.
It's usually just a matter of knowing the right people. I bet a few pieces of well-placed correspondence and I get to be queen in no time.
I think I'll watch television.
I know what I'll do. If I can't be a queen, then I'll be very rich. I'll work and I'll work until I'm very rich, and then I will buy myself a queendom.
Good grief.
Yes, I will buy myself a queendom, and then I'll kick out the old queen, and I'll take over the whole operation myself. I will be head queen. And when I go out in my coach, all of the people will cheer. I will shout at them.
What's the matter, Lucy?
Huh?
What happened to your queendom?
Oh, that. I've given it up. I've decided to devote my life to cultivating my natural beauty.
In kite flying, the ratio of weight to sail area is very important. This ratio is known as sail loading and is measured in ounces per square foot.
You sure know a lot about kites, don't you, Chuck?
Yes, I think I can say that I do.
Then why are you so unsuccessful at flying kites?
It's that dirty, no good kite-eating tree.
Really? Come on, Chuck, a kite-eating tree?
Yes, that dirty, rotten, scheming, kite-eating tree. Ugh.
Tell me this. How can a tree eat a kite if it doesn't have any teeth? And how can a tree swallow a kite if it doesn't have any stomach? You have quite the imagination, Chuck.
Little more speed, little more rope, little more wind, little more hope. Gotta get this stupid kite to fly. Gotta make sure it doesn't snag, doesn't droop, doesn't drag. Gotta watch out for every little whoops. Little less speed, little more tack, little less rise, little more slack. Gotta keep my wits about me now. Gotta make sure it doesn't get the best of me till I get it in the air somehow. Millions of little kids do it every day. They make a kite and poof, it's in the sky. Leave it to me to have the one fool kite who likes to see a little kid cry. Little less talk, little more skill, little less luck, little more will. Gotta face this fellow eye to eye. Now that I've seen you chasing moles, climbing trees, digging holes, catching your string on everything passing by, why not fly? Wait a minute, what's it doing? It isn't on the ground. It isn't in a tree. It's in the air. Look at that. It's caught the breeze now. It's past the trees now with room to spare. Oh, what a beautiful sight. And I'm not such a clumsy guy. If I really try, I can really fly. Oh.
Yesterday, I was a dog. Today, I am a dog. Tomorrow, I'll probably still be a dog. There is just so little hope of advancement.
Dear Anne Flanders, last year I sent 52 Valentines and received 65. This year I sent 58 Valentines and only received 61. Am I right in blaming this on email?
Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. That doesn't sound right. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. You can do it if you just don't get nervous. This is for you, Lucy. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, take it easy. You can do it. This is for you, Lucy. Merry Christmas. Oh.
Hi, Charlie Brown.
Hi, Sally. Oh, wait a minute. You dropped something. Say, what are all these anyway?
They're Valentines for all the boys at school that I like.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want to miss this one now, would we? With the initials C.B. on it?
No, I guess not. Craig Bowerman would be very disappointed.
I can't stand it. Look at them laughing and enjoying themselves with their Valentines. I sent a Valentine to everyone I know this Valentine's Day. Did I get any in return? No. I did not get one single Valentine's. Everybody gets Valentines, but me. Nobody likes me. I get about as many Valentines as Woodstock. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh.
You're taking this situation much too serious. You say this cat is making life unbearable for you? And your anxieties have caused you loss of appetite? I would say that you are suffering from emotional immaturity. 5 cents, please. Next case.
I'm in sad shape.
Good morning, madam.
Fine. I was afraid I might need an appointment.
Sit right down.
What can you do when you don't fit in? What can you do when life seems to be passing you by?
Come with me. I want to show you something. See the horizon over there? See how big this world is? See how much room there is for everyone? Have you ever seen any other worlds?
No.
As far as you know, this is the only world there is, right?
Right.
There are no other worlds for you to live in, right?
Right.
You were born to live in this world, right?
Right.
Well, live in it then!
Oh, Violet, here, let me help you up.
5 cents, please.
Are you all right, Violet?
Yes.
Oh, Lucy, I'm so depressed. Everything's going wrong. I just don't know what to do.
I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie Brown. Maybe there's something I can do to help. I think what you need most of all is to come right out and admit all the things that are wrong with you.
You really think that'll help?
Certainly.
All right, I'll try. I'm not very handsome or clever or lucid. I've always been stupid at spelling and numbers. I've never been much playing football or baseball or stickball or checkers or marbles or ping pong. I'm usually awful at programs and parties. I stand like a stick, or I cough, or I laugh, or I don't bring a present, or I spill the ice cream, or I get so depressed that I stand and I scream. Oh, how can there possibly be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly blah as me?
Well, that's all right for starters.
For starters?
Certainly. You don't think that mentioning these few superficial failings is going to do you any good, do you? Why, Charlie Brown, you really have to delve. You're stupid, self-centered, and moody.
I'm moody.
You're terribly dull to be with.
Yes, I am. And nobody likes me, not Frida or Shermie or Linus or Schroeder
Or Lucy.
or Lucy
Or Snoopy.
or Now, wait a minute. Snoopy likes me.
He only pretends to like you because you feed him. That doesn't count.
Or Snoopy. Oh, why was I born just to be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly?
Wait. You're not very much of a person.
That's certain.
And yet there is reason for hope.
There's hope?
For although you are no good at music like Schroeder, or happy like Snoopy, or lovely like me, you have the distinction to be no one else remarkable, unique Charlie Brown.
I'm me.
Yes, it's amazingly true. For whatever it's worth, Charlie Brown, you're you.
You know what? I'm starting to feel better already. You're a true friend, Lucy. A true friend.
That'll be 5 cents, please.
I would have made a good evangelist.
Really?
Sure. You know that kid who sits behind me at school? Well, I convinced him that my religion is better than his religion.
How'd you do that?
I hit him with my lunchbox.
I have to do a book report on Ken and Abel. And I've looked all through the Old Testament, and I found Abel, but I can't find Ken. Do you think maybe I'm using the wrong translation?
Homework. Yuck.
A book report on Peter
A book
Rabbit.
report on
Peter
Peter
Rabbit.
Report on
Peter
Peter
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Report on Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit is this stupid book about this stupid rabbit who steals vegetables from other people's gardens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 83 to go.
The name of the book about which this book report is about is Peter Rabbit, which is about this rabbit. I found it very. I liked the part where it was it reminded me of Robin Hood. And the part where Little John jumped from the rock to the sheriff of Nottingham's back. And then Robin and everyone flung from the trees in a sudden surprise attack. And they captured the sheriff and all of his goods, and they carried him back to their camp in the woods. And the sheriff was guest at their dinner and all, but he wriggled away and he sounded the call. And his men rushed in and the arrows flew. Peter Rabbit did sort of that kind of thing too.
The other people's name was McGregor. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
In examining a work such as Peter Rabbit, it is important that the superficial characteristics of its deceptively simple plot should not be allowed to blind the reader to the more substantial fabric of its deeper motivations. In this report, I plan to discuss the sociological implications of family pressures so great as to drive an otherwise moral rabbit to perform acts of thievery which he consciously knew were against the law. I also hope to explore the personality of Mr. McGregor and his conflicting roles as farmer and humanitarian.
If I start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is no good at all. I'll get a fresh start tomorrow, and it's not due till Wednesday, so I'll have all of Tuesday unless something should happen. Why does this always happen? I should be outside playing, getting fresh air and sunshine. I work best under pressure, and there'll be lots of pressure if I wait till tomorrow. I should start writing now, but if I start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is no good at all.
The name of the rabbit was Peter. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Ha!
Down came the staff on his head, crash! And Robin fell like a sack full of lead, smash! The sheriff laughed and he left him for dead. Ah! But he was wrong.
35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Just then an arrow flew in wing. It was a sign for the fight to begin, zing! And then it looked like the sheriff could win. But not for long. Away they ran. Just like rabbits who run a lot, as you can tell from the story of Peter Rabbit, which this report is about.
How can they expect us to write a book report?
There were vegetables
of
in the
inequality in just 2 days.
Such as carrots and spinach and onions and
How
lettuce
can
and
they
turnips
conspire
and
to
parsley
make
and okra
life so
and cabbage and
miserable
soybeans and parsnips,
and
tomatoes,
so effectively
and flour,
in so many ways?
Not to mention the extreme pressures exerted on him by his deeply rooted rivalry with Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail.
If I start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is not good at all.
Peter
Not
Rabbit,
good
Peter
at
Rabbit.
all.
75,
For one, every man does his part.
79.
First thing after supper, I'll start.
And they were very, 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 very happy to be home.
The end.
94, 95. The very, very, very end.
Amen.
A book report on Peter Rabbit.
Only in math problems can you buy 60 cantaloupe, and no one asks what on earth is the matter with you.
I think every week should have one day in it where boys give girls presents.
Be yourself. No one can tell you you're doing it wrong.
Decorate your home. It gives the illusion that your life is more interesting than it really is.
Don't worry about the world coming to an end today. It's already tomorrow in Australia.
Life is like a 10-speed bicycle. Most of us have gears we never use.
I think I've discovered the secret to life. Just hang around until you get used to it.
All you need is love. But a little chocolate now and then doesn't hurt.
Chuck! Chuck! Chuck, I just saw the most unbelievable football game ever played. What a comeback. The home team was behind 6-0 with only 3 seconds to play. The quarterback took the ball, faded behind his own goalpost, and threw a perfect pass to the left end, who whirled away from 4 guys and ran all the way for a touchdown. You should have seen it. The fans went wild. They were jumping up and down, and when they kicked the extra point, thousands of people ran onto the field laughing and screaming. The fans and the players were so happy that they were rolling on the ground and hugging each other and dancing around and everything. It was fantastic.
How did the other team feel?
Charlie Brown.
I don't believe it.
Hey, Charlie Brown.
She must be kidding.
Charlie Brown, I'll hold the football and you come running up and kick it.
How long, oh Lord?
You must be quoting from the 6th chapter of Isaiah, Charlie Brown. Until the cities waste without inhabitant, and the houses without men, and the...
How long, you ask? All your life, Charlie Brown. All your life. It's no use. I'll get you. I'll get you, Charlie Brown. I'll knock your block off. I'll get you.
Wait a minute. Hold everything. We can't go on like this. We have no right to act this way. The world is filled with problems. People not understanding each other. People hurting each other. Now, if we as children can't solve what are relatively minor problems, how can we ever expect to...
I had to hit him quick. He was beginning to make sense.
Charlie Brown, are you all right?
I'm okay.
Oh no, not again.
What's the matter with you?
I'm aware of my tongue.
You're what?
I'm aware of my tongue. It's an awful feeling. Every now and then, I become aware that I have that tongue inside my mouth. Then starts the feeling of muffed up.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I can't help it. I just can't put it out of my mind. I keep thinking about where my tongue would be if I weren't thinking about it. And then I can feel it sort of pressing up against my teeth. Now it's all lumped up again. The more I try to put it out of my mind, the more I think about it.
Good grief. Oh no. Linus, I had to knock your block off. No.
Here's the World War I flying ace high over France in his Sopwith camel, searching for the infamous Red Baron. I must bring him down. Suddenly, anti-aircraft fire, Archie we used to call it, begins to burst beneath my plane. Nya, 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 you can't hit me. Actually, tough flying aces never say nya, nya. I just, It's bad enough to have to fight the Red Baron without having to fly weather like this. All right, Red Baron, where are you? You can't hide forever. Ah, the sun has broken through. I can see the woods of Montsec below. And what's that? It's a Fokker triplane. Ha! I've got you this time. Ah! He's diving down out of the sun. I've got to run. Let's go, Camel. Go, Camel, go! I can't shake him. He's riddling my plane with bullets. Curse you, Red Baron. Curse you and your kind. Curse the evil that causes all this unhappiness. Here's the World War I flying ace back at the aerodrome in France. He is exhausted, and and yet he does not sleep. For one thought continues to burn in his mind. Someday, someday I'll get you, Red Baron!
Owie, owie, owie. Ow.
Oh, Linus, are you all right?
What in the world is the matter with you?
I have a sliver in my finger.
Aha! That means you're being punished for something. What have you done wrong recently?
I haven't done anything wrong.
You have a sliver, don't you? That's a misfortune, isn't it? You're being punished with misfortune because you've been bad.
Now, Lucy, does that
What
mean
do
that
you know about it, Charlie Brown? This is a sign. This is a direct sign of punishment. Linus has done something very wrong, and now he has to suffer misfortune because of it. I know about these things, Charlie Brown.
It's
I know.
out! It just popped right out. Thus endeth the theological lesson for the day.
Sign this, please. It absolves me from all blame. Sign this. Sign this, please. It absolves me from all blame. Sign this. It absolves me from all blame. Sign this, please. It absolves me from all blame. Thank you. Sign this, will you? It absolves me from all blame. Thank you. Sign this, please. It absolves me from all blame.
I don't understand.
Just sign it.
Okay.
That's right. Thank you. Whatever happens, anytime, or any place in all the world, this absolves me from all blame.
Boy. That must be a nice document to have.
Everybody out for rabbit chasing. Come on, shoo shoo.
Good grief.
Everybody out for rabbit chasing. Let's go, Snoopy. Up and at 'em. Today's a magnificent day for chasing rabbits. The air is clear, the sun is shining, the fields and woodlands lie open and inviting.
If it's such a magnificent day, why spoil it for the rabbits?
Come on, Snoopy. What kind of dog are you anyway? Where's your spirit of adventure? Where's that old thrill of the chase?
I am a sleeping dog. You take it from there.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, wasting a perfect day like this. The scent is fresh. The trail is clear. Let's get out there and get us a big old rabbit.
Well, I get the feeling she's determined. All right, if that's what she wants, she might as well get her money's worth.
Attaboy, Snoopy. We ought to see lots of game today. Well, I guess we're not going to see anything today, Snoopy. But at least you tried. Even though you failed, it always makes you feel better when you know you've done your best.
I hate to disillusion her, but I don't even know what a rabbit smells like.
Come back here, you coward! You little sneak, don't think you can get away from me forever. I'm gonna knock your block off. I'm gonna mangle you. I'm gonna annihilate you. You're in this too, Snoopy. If you protect him, I'll give you...
Be
careful, Linus. You're gonna fall.
I don't think I can get down. I'm afraid of heights.
Oh.
I gotta go now, Linus. But don't worry. I'll send a helicopter for you. Be brave, my sweet Baboo.
A helicopter?
Sweet Baboo.
This is the day of our big baseball game. I'm no manager. I can't run a baseball team. Everybody knows I'm a lousy manager. Nobody pays any attention to me. They all hate me. Maybe I should have just stayed in bed. Maybe it'll rain. Maybe no one else will come either.
Charlie Brown? You coming to the ballpark? Don't tell me you forgot about our big game.
No, I haven't forgotten. It's just that, well, all my life I've dreamed of playing in the big leagues, and now I know I'll never make it.
You're thinking too far ahead, Charlie Brown. What you need to do is set yourself some more immediate goals.
Immediate goals?
Yes. Like, when we get to the ballpark, see if you can walk out to the mound without falling down.
All right, gang, I want this game to be our biggest and best game of the season, and I want everyone out there playing with everything he's got.
Charlie Brown, I thought up a new strategy for you. Why don't you tell the other team that we're going to play them at a certain place? Only it isn't the real place, see? And then when they don't show up, we'll win by forfeit. Isn't that a great strategy? I don't understand these managers who don't want to use good strategy.
All right, the thing we have to remember is spirit and teamwork. I'm sure if we really grit our teeth and bear down that we can finish this season off.
Charlie Brown, is Lucy going to pitch again? Because if she is, I quit. You know what she does? She's always calling me out to the mound for conferences. I go out there. See, I go out there for a secret conference on the mound, and you know what she does? She kisses me on the nose.
If we really grit our teeth and bear down, I'm sure we can finish this season off.
Charlie Brown, perhaps you shouldn't be a playing manager. Perhaps you should be a bench manager.
That's a good idea. You'd be a great bench manager, Charlie Brown. You could say, bench do this, or bench do that. You could even be in charge of where we put the bench. When we get to the playing field, you could say, let's put the bench here, or let's put the bench there.
I can't stand it.
What's the sense of our playing when we know we're going to lose? If there was even 1,000,000 to 1 chance we might win, it would make some sense.
Well, there may not be 1,000,000 to 1 chance, but I'm sure there's at least 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance. Come on, give me a T.
T.
Give me an E.
E.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an M.
M.
What have you got?
Team.
There is no team like the best team, which is our team right here. We will show you we're the best team in the very little league this year. And in no time we'll be big time with our big league baseball stars. For all we have to do is win just one more game, and the championship is ours.
Dear Pen Pal, you'll never guess what happened to me at the baseball game. It's hard to believe what happened to me at the baseball game. I was the manager, Schroeder was catcher, and all of the team was the same as always. But somehow or other, disaster struck at the baseball game. Come on, team, let's huddle.
Which is our team right here.
Go, team!
We will show you we're the best team in the very little league this year.
Swing!
And in no time,
I got it! I got it! I got it!
all we have to do is just step away and the chance
I thought you had it.
Three balls, two strikes, the bases were loaded with two men out. I pitched my curve, but somehow he hit it a good, strong clout. Lucy, I hollered, it's coming right to ya. She caught it as easy as pie, then dropped it. I don't think it's good for a team's morale to see their manager cry. Snoopy helped out by biting a runner and catching the ball in his teeth. Linus caught flies from a third-story window by holding his blanket beneath. Yes, we had fortitude, no one could argue with that. And one run would win us the game as I came up to bat.
There is no
All right, Charlie Brown, we're all behind you. Sort of. I mean, this guy can't pitch. He pitches like my grandmother, Charlie Brown. Now all you have to do is bear down. Just bear down and grit your teeth and swing at that ball. You can do it, Charlie Brown. Knock it out of the park. And the championship is ours.
Two men were on with two out and me with one strike to go. Then I saw her, that cute little red-headed girl I know. Firmly I vowed I would win it for her, and I shouldered my bat and I swung. Dear pen pal, I'm told where you live is really quite far. Would you please send directions on how I can get where you are? Your friend, Charlie Brown.
I'm sorry to have to say it right to your face, Lucy, but I'm afraid it's true. You're a very crabby person. I know that your crabbiness has probably become so natural to you by now that you probably don't even know when you're being crabby. But it's true just the same. You're a very crabby person, and you're crabby to just about everyone you meet. Now, I hope you don't mind my saying this, and I hope you'll take it in the spirit that it's meant. I think we should all be open to new opportunities to learn more about ourselves. I think Socrates had it very right when he said one of the first rules in life for anyone was know thyself. Well, I guess I've said about enough. I hope I haven't offended you or anything.
Well, what's Socrates got to do with it anyway, huh? Who was she? Did she ever get to be queen? Tell me that. Did she ever get to be a queen? Did she ever get to be a queen? Who was Socrates anyway? Know thyself. Huh?
Hey, Snoopy, you want to come down from there and help me get my arm back into shape? Watch out for this one. It's a fastball.
Excuse me for a minute, Charlie Brown. I'm conducting a survey to enable me to know myself better. And I wonder if you wouldn't mind answering a few questions.
Certainly, Lucy.
The first question is, on a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard of 50 as average, 75 as above average, and 90 as exceptional, where would you rate me in regards to crabbiness?
Well, Lucy, I'm not
Your
really-
ballots need not be signed, and all answers will be held in strictest confidence.
Well, still, Lucy, that's a very hard question to answer.
You can have a minute to think about it if you want, or we can come back to that question later.
I think I'd like to come back to that one.
Very well. The next question deals with certain character traits you may have observed. Regarding my personality, would you say that it was A, forceful, B, pleasing, or C, objectionable? Would that be A, B, or C? What would you say to that, Charlie Brown? Would you choose A, B, or C? What would you say, Charlie Brown?
I would have to say forceful.
Forceful. Well, we'll put a check mark next to the letter A then. Now, would you rate my ability to get along with other people as poor, fair, good, or excellent?
I think that depends on what you mean by get along with other people.
Oh, you know. Make friends. Sparkle in a crowd. That sort of thing.
Is there a space for abstention?
We can just put a check mark next to none of the above.
Okay.
Now, the next question deals with physical appearance. In referring to my beauty, would you say that I was stunning, mysterious, or intoxicating?
Gee, Lucy, I think you look just fine to me.
Stunning. Now, I think it's about time we get back to that first question, Charlie Brown. On a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard of 50 as average, 75 as above average, and 90
I
as...
remember the question, Lucy.
Well?
51?
51 is your crabbiness rating for me. Well, that about does it, I think. Thank you very much, Charlie Brown. Your cooperation has been greatly appreciated.
It was a pleasure, Lucy. Come on, Snoopy.
Oh, just a minute, Charlie Brown. One more question. Would you answer yes or no to the following question? Is Lucy Van Pelt the type of person you would like to have as president of your club or civic organization?
Yes, by all means, Lucy.
Well, that about does it, I think. Thank you very much, Charlie Brown. Well, who asked you? 51A, none of the above. Schroeder was right. I can already feel myself being filled with the glow of self-awareness. Oh, Sally, I'm conducting a survey, and I wonder if you wouldn't...
110, C, poor, none of the above, no, and what are you going to do about the dent you made in my bicycle, huh?
It's amazing how fast word of these surveys gets around. Linus, I'm glad you're here. I'm conducting a survey, and I wonder if you wouldn't mind answering a few questions.
Sure, go ahead.
On a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard of 50 as average, 75 as above average, and 90 as exceptional, where would you rate me in regards to crabbiness?
You're my big sister.
That's not the question.
No, but that's the answer.
Come on, Linus, answer the question.
Look, Lucy, I know very well that if I give any sort of an honest answer to that question, you're going to slug me.
Linus, a survey that is not based on honest answers is like a house built on a foundation of sand. Would I be spending my time to conduct this survey if I didn't expect complete candor in all of the responses? I promise not to slug you. Now, what is your crabbiness rating for me?
95.
No decent person could be expected to keep her word with a rating over 90. Now I add these two columns. That gives me my answer. Let's see what we've got. It's true. I'm a crabby person. I'm a very crabby person, and everyone knows it. I've been spreading crabbiness everywhere I go. I'm a super crab. It's a wonder anyone will still talk to me. It's a wonder I have any friends at all, or even associates. I've done nothing but make life miserable for everyone. I've done nothing but spread unhappiness and resentment. Where did I go wrong? How could I have been so
What's
selfish?
wrong, Lucy?
Don't talk to me, Linus. I don't deserve to be spoken to. I don't deserve to breathe the air I breathe. I'm no good, Linus. I'm just no good.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. I'm no good. And there's no reason at all why I deserve to go on living on this earth.
Yes, there is.
Name one. Give me one good reason why I deserve to go on living on the face of this planet.
Well, for one thing, you have a little brother who loves you. Every now and then I say the right thing.
What's the matter?
What would happen if I decided not to go to school today? I mean, would it really matter? Would one day make that much difference in my life? Would anyone really care? What if I turned around right here and didn't go to school today?
Well, you'd waste a good lunch.
It kind of looks like it might rain. The rain falls on the just and the unjust. That's a good system. Hey, wait for me!
Oh no! This is show and tell day at school today, isn't it? Rats, I forgot to bring anything. Did you remember it was show and tell day at school, Linus?
Yes, I have a couple things here to show the class. These are copies I've been making of some of the Dead Sea Scrolls. See? Here is a duplicate of a scroll of Isaiah 38 to 40. It was made from 17 pieces of sheepskin and was found in a cave by a shepherd. Here I've made a copy of the earliest known fragment ever found. It's a portion of 1 Samuel 23, 9 through 16. I will try to explain to the class how these manuscripts have influenced modern scholars.
Very interesting.
Yes, I thought it might be at least faintly appropriate to the season.
Did you remember to bring anything for show and tell, Charlie Brown?
Well, I had this little red fire engine, but I think maybe I'll just forget it.
Now, let's say we cut an apple in half. We have two halves, don't we?
That's fractions. You're trying to teach me fractions. You know I'll never understand fractions. What are you trying to do to me? I'll go crazy.
Do you know what you have, sir? You have math anxiety.
I do?
If I asked you how many ways that 9 books could be arranged on a shelf, what would be your first reaction? See, you have math anxiety.
You're real lucky, you know that, Bird. You're lucky because you don't have to study math. You don't have to know about rationalizing the denominator and dumb things like that. You're real lucky.
Pizza! Where's the pizza? See? I got a C on my coat hanger sculpture. How could anybody get a C on their coat hanger sculpture? May I ask a question? Was I graded on my creation itself? If so, is it not true that time alone can judge a work of art? Or was I judged on my talent? If so, is it right that I be judged on a part of life over which I have no control? If I was judged on my effort, then I was judged unfairly, for I tried as hard as I could. Was I judged on what I had learned about this project? If so, then were not you, my teacher, also being judged on your ability to transfer your knowledge to me? Are you willing to share my C? Perhaps I was being judged on the quality of coat hangers from which my creation was made. Now, is this also not unfair? Am I being judged on the quality of coat hangers that are used by the dry cleaning establishment that returns our garments? Is that not the responsibility of my parents? Should they not also share my C? A B? Thank you, ma'am. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
No, ma'am. I don't know the answer either. It looks like no one in class knows the answer. I have a suggestion. Why don't we just forget it and order out for pizza?
Charlie Brown, I got my history test back. I'm afraid to look at it. I hope I get a good grade. Please, please, please.
You should have done all that hoping and praying before you studied for the test.
Hoping and praying should never be confused with studying.
You know what I think, Chuck? I think you get better grades if you're cute. I bet my teacher would have given me all A's if I looked at her like this.
I liked you better the other way.
Thanks, Chuck. Boy, that hurts your eyes.
Oh, where is everybody? I told them to be here. If we don't rehearse, we can't sing at the assembly tomorrow. Charlie Brown, Linus.
Give me that pencil, you blockhead!
No, not until you give me back my crayons.
That's my best pencil, you... If you don't give me back my pencil, I'll tell Sally what you said about her.
Stop that. We've got to rehearse and you're late.
What did you say about me, Linus?
He said.
Quiet.
I'm sorry I'm late.
There's no time to be sorry.
Lucy, what did he say about me?
He said.
Quiet! Now, remember, this is a mood piece. We must paint a picture with our music and words. And concentrate. Now remember, adagio con brio.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
Give me my pencil.
Where seldom is heard a discouraging
Not on your life.
and the skies are not cloudy all day.
If you don't tell me what you told, give me that pencil, you blockhead!
Hold on the rail.
Give me my pencil.
No.
Where the deer
Not until you promise not to tell her.
What are you trying to do? Stifle my freedom of speech.
Seldom is heard
Give me my pencil.
discouraging word.
No promise, no pencil.
Skies are not cloudy all day.
What pencil?
Oh, give me a lamp.
Give me that pencil.
Light up doesn't
Flows leisurely down the street.
Why did you take Sally's pencil?
Where the graceful like swan goes gliding along.
What did he call me?
He said you were an enigma.
An enigma?
An enigma?
Boy, that makes me. What a terrible thing to call her. What's an enigma? Never mind.
What's an enigma?
Antelope play.
Hey, he's still got my pencil.
Where seldom is heard a discouraging word.
Come on, Marcy, let's go.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
I don't blame you one bit, Linus.
Thank you, Peppermint Patty.
If Lucy wouldn't give back your crayons, you shouldn't have to give back her pencil.
That's right. It's not only ethical, it's biblical.
Biblical?
Yep. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
What a terrible ending to a school day. I go to Glee Club rehearsal, expecting to have fun, rehearsing for tomorrow night's program, and what happens? I get caught in a fight between Linus and Lucy. And if that's not enough, I find out that Linus has been calling me names behind my back. I have never been so humiliated. What is an enigma anyway?
You're lucky, you know that, Violet.
I am?
You don't have a brother who's a blockhead.
Well, Linus may be annoying sometimes, but
He's not only a blockhead, he's a criminal.
a criminal?
He stole my pencil, didn't he?
I guess you're
And
right.
he really crossed the line when he tried to rob me of my constitutional right.
You're what?
My freedom of speech, Violet. My freedom of speech.
Good grief.
Why is it that I always have my supper in the red dish and my drinking water in the blue dish? One of these days, I'm going to have my supper in the blue dish and my drinking water in the red dish. Life's too short not to live it up a little. Come on, Woodstock.
A puppet show.
What? 6 hours is a long time to stand here.
That's true, sir. But where else are you going to see war and peace performed with hand puppets?
Sally, did you fill out all those forms that Miss Othmar gave us at school today?
Uh-huh. I put down my name and my address and our zip code.
Well, what did you put where it says family doctor?
Well, I wasn't so sure, so I put Dr. Seuss.
my teeth are tingling again. I feel like I've got to bite someone before sundown or I'll go stark raving mad. And yet, I know that society frowns upon such an action. So what happens? I'm stuck with tingly teeth. Ugh.
Beethoven. Ha! Everybody talks about how great Beethoven was. Beethoven wasn't so great.
What do you mean Beethoven wasn't so great?
He never got his picture on bubblegum cards, did he? Have you ever seen his picture on bubblegum cards? Huh? How can you say someone is great who has never had their picture on bubblegum cards? That's what I mean when I say Beethoven wasn't so great. This has been a good day.
I hate cats. To me, cats are the crabgrass in the lawn of life. I am a cat hater, a cat despiser, and a cat loather. I'm also scared to death of them.
Here comes my little baby brother with his little baby blanket.
There goes your silly little brother with his silly little blanket.
Well, you know how babies are with their blankets.
I am Count Dracula from Transylvania.
Sometimes I think I'll just pull up stakes and move out of here. Broaden my horizons, meet new people. But something binds me to the spot. The old supper dish.
When she saw the little house in the woods, she wondered who lived there. So she knocked at the door. No one answered, so she knocked again. What do you think will happen?
I can't imagine.
Still no one answered. So Goldilocks opened the door and went in. There before her in the little room, she saw a table set for 3. There was a great big bowl of porridge, a medium-sized bowl, and a little wee bowl. She tasted the great big bowl. "Oh, this is too hot," she said. Then she tasted the medium-sized bowl. "Oh, this is too cold." Then she tasted the little wee bowl. "This is just right," she said, and she ate it all up.
I have a question.
About what?
Well, it's in regard to cooling. It seems to me that if the medium-sized bowl was too cold, then the little wee bowl would be cold too, rather than just right.
Listen, Linus, I'm just the babysitter. I don't write the stories, I just read them. Lucy, I'm glad you're back. He's all yours.
But I didn't even bring up the more obvious point of unlawful entry.
Ugh.
Come with me, Linus.
Hey guys, where are you going?
Lucy's teaching me, Charlie Brown. She says it's a sister's responsibility to educate her little brother, so she's teaching me. Boy, is she intelligent.
Come along, Linus. Do you see this tree? It is a fir tree. It's called a fir tree because it gives us fur coats. It also gives us wool in the wintertime.
That's very interesting, Lucy. I never knew that before.
This is an elm tree. It's very little, but it will grow up into a giant tree. An oak. You can tell how old it is by counting its leaves.
That's fascinating, Lucy.
Now, Lucy, I don't mean to interrupt, but I
And
don't...
way up there, those fluffy little white things, those are clouds. They make the wind blow. And way down there, Those are bugs. They make the grass grow.
Is that so?
That's right. They run around all day long, tugging and tugging at each tiny seedling until it grows into a great tall blade of grass.
Boy, that's amazing!
Good grief.
And this thing here, it's called a hydrant. They grow all over, and no one seems to know just how a little thing like that gives so much water. Do you see that bird? It's called an eagle, but since it's little, it has another name, a sparrow. And on Christmas and Thanksgiving, we eat them.
Now, Lucy, I can't just stand idly by and listen to your wild
And
shenanigans.
way up there, the little stars and planets make the rain that falls in showers. And when it's cold and winter is upon us, the snow comes up, just like the flowers.
Now, Lucy, I know that's wrong. Snow doesn't come up, it comes down.
After it comes up, the wind blows it around, so it looks like it's coming down, but actually it comes up out of the ground like grass.
down.
It comes up, Charlie Brown. Snow comes up.
Good grief.
Lucy, why is Charlie Brown banging his head against that tree?
To loosen the bark, to make the tree grow faster. Come along, Linus.
Good grief.
My stomach clock just went off. It's supper time, and Charlie Brown has forgotten to feed me. Here I lie, a withering hollow shell of a dog, and there sits my supper dish, empty. But that's all right. He'll remember. When no furry friend comes to greet him after school, then he'll remember. And he'll rush out here to the doghouse. But it'll be too late. There will be nothing left but the dried carcass of the former friend who used to run and play so happily with him. Nothing left but the bleached bones
Hey,
of...
Snoopy, are you asleep or something? I've been standing here a whole minute with your supper.
Supper time! Supper time! Behold the brimming bowl of meat and meal, which is sent forth to ease our hunger. Behold the flowing flagon, moist and sweet, which is sent forth to slake our thirst.
Okay, there's no need to make a big production out of it. Just come down off your doghouse and eat your supper.
Oh, it's supper time, yeah, it's supper time. Oh, it's supper time, very best time of day. It's supper time, yeah, it's supper time. Oh, when supper time comes, can supper be far away? Bring on the soup dish, bring on the cup, bring on the bacon and fill me up, 'cause it's supper, 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 supper time. Do. Bring on the dog food, bring on the bone, bring on the barrel and roll me home, 'cause it's supper, 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 super pepper upper, supper, super duper supper time. Wintertime's nice with the ice and snow. Summertime's nice with a place to go. Bedtime, halftime, overtime too. But they just can't hold a candle to my supper time. Bring on the hamburger, bring bun. Happy little puppy loves everyone, 'cause it's supper. Supper, 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 supper. Super pepper upper, supper. Super duper supper. Doopa 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 deepa doopa doopa.
What on earth are you doing, Snoopy? Oh, you're spilling it all over. No, 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 no. Stop it. Quiet! Now, why can't you eat your supper quietly and calmly like any other normal dog?
So what's wrong with making mealtime a joyous occasion? A do 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 do.
I don't know, Linus. It looks like an airplane to me, the way the lights are blinking on and off.
Come on, Schroeder.
Schroeder? Schroeder, is that an airplane or a star?
I think that it's a star. But it could be a planet, you know. Maybe even a satellite.
It could be a satellite. I wonder.
Well, we're not going to find out by just sitting here.
Where are you going?
I'm going over here to get a closer look.
Sometimes I like to come up here after supper and hear the sounds of the night. But something seems to be missing. Ow! In my opinion, that's exactly what it needed.
I'm so happy that cute little redheaded girl dropped her pencil. It has teeth marks all over it. She nibbles her pencil. She's human. It hasn't been such a bad day after all. Happiness is finding a pencil.
Pizza with sausage.
Telling the time.
Happiness is learning to whistle.
Tying your shoe for the very first time.
Happiness is playing the drum in your own school band. And happiness is walking hand in hand. Happiness is
2 kinds of ice cream.
Knowing a secret.
Climbing a tree.
Happiness is 5 different crayons.
Catching a firefly, setting him free.
Happiness is being alone every now and then.
And happiness is coming home again.
Happiness is morning and evening.
Daytime and nighttime too. For happiness is anyone and anything at all that's loved by you.
Happiness is having a sister.
Sharing a sandwich.
Getting along.
Happiness is singing together when day is through.
And happiness is those who sing with you. Happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too.
Or happiness is anyone and anything at all that's loved by you.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.